We're marking the 7th International Yoga Day today, and the theme, very aptly considering the times right now, is Yoga for Wellness, a motto that's aligned to the current preoccupations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his Yoga Day address, it was a virtual one. Usually he's a part of a massive event that couldn't happen, keeping in mind COVID restrictions. He emphasized on the importance and benefit of yoga amid a pandemic. The Prime Minister said that yoga has come as a ray of hope, really, amid this COVID crisis, and he wished for the health and wellness of everyone in the world. The Prime Minister, in his speech, also highlighted that yoga has taught us how to fight back against COVID. He said that yoga has also helped COVID patients recover faster. So many examples of that. Prime Minister Modi, in his address, stressed very importantly on mental health, saying yoga improves mental health. Of course, it helps immunity as well. So with the Prime Minister concluding his speech, we're going to be seeing a live performance by the Morarji Desai National Institute practitioners between 7, that's right now, to 7:45. After that, 15 spiritual leaders and yoga gurus will impart their message to the viewers on spiritual and physical well-being. As many as 190 countries have come together. They're observing yoga this year.
जब कोरोना के अदृश्य वायरस से और इस अदृश्य वायरस ने दुनिया में जब दस्तक दी थी, तब कोई भी देश साधनों से, सामर्थ्य से और मानसिक अवस्था से इसके लिए तैयार नहीं था। हम सभी ने देखा है कि ऐसे कठिन समय में योग आत्मबल का एक बड़ा माध्यम बना। योग ने लोगों में ये भरोसा बढ़ाया कि हम इस बीमारी से लड़ सकते हैं। कोरोना के इन 1.5 वर्षों में भारत समेत कितने ही देशों ने बड़े संकट का सामना किया है। साथियों, दुनिया के अधिकांश देशों के लिए योग दिवस को उनका सदियों पुराना सांस्कृतिक पर्व नहीं है। इस मुश्किल समय में, इतनी परेशानी में लोग इसे आसानी से भूल सकते थे, इसकी उपेक्षा कर सकते थे, लेकिन इसके विपरीत लोगों में योग का उत्साह और बढ़ा है, योग से प्रेम बढ़ा है। पिछले 1.5 सालों में दुनिया के कोने कोने में लाखों नए योग साधक बने हैं। मैं आज योग दिवस पर यह कामना करता हूं कि हर देश, हर समाज और हर व्यक्ति स्वस्थ हो। सब एक साथ मिलकर एक दूसरे की ताकत बने। आप सभी को 7वें अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। आज जब पूरा विश्व कोरोना महामारी का मुकाबला कर रहा है, तो योग उम्मीद की एक किरण भी बना हुआ है। 2 वर्ष से दुनिया भर के देशों में और भारत में भले ही बड़ा सार्वजनिक कार्यक्रम आयोजित नहीं हुआ हो, लेकिन योग दिवस के प्रति उत्साह जरा भी कम नहीं हुआ है। कोरोना के बावजूद इस बार की योग दिवस की थीम योगा फॉर वेलनेस ने करोड़ों लोगों में योग के प्रति उत्साह को और भी बढ़ाया है। मैं जब फ्रंटलाइन वॉरियर्स से, डॉक्टर से बात करता हूं, तो मुझे बताते हैं कि कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई में उन्होंने योग को भी अपना सुरक्षा कवच बनाया। डॉक्टरों ने योग से खुद को भी मजबूत किया और अपने मरीजों को जल्दी स्वस्थ करने में इसका उपयोग भी किया। और आज अस्पतालों से ऐसी कितनी तस्वीरें आती हैं जहां डॉक्टर्स, नर्सेस मरीजों को योग सिखा रहे हैं, तो कहीं मरीज अपना अनुभव साझा कर रहे हैं। प्राणायाम, अनुलोम विलोम जैसी ब्रीथिंग एक्सरसाइज हमारे रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम को कितनी ताकत मिलती है, ये भी दुनिया के विशेषज्ञ खुद बता रहे हैं।
So those are highlights of what the Prime Minister said. Before I show you some of the practices with Garima here of what you can do at home, very easy and simple practices, let's just show you these pictures that are coming in also. This is from the line of actual control where ITBP forces are practicing yoga. For our forces, yoga is such an integral part of how they keep fit, and you can only imagine the kind of challenges that they face. I'm not just talking about extreme weather conditions, but look at the kind of terrain there. Amid that and amid all that we've seen along the line of actual control, our forces there are also performing yoga on the occasion of International Yoga Day in places like this of extreme weather conditions. Time and again, forces like the ITBP, the Army have stressed on how yoga helps them, particularly breathing exercises, helps them in keeping fit and remaining alert at such difficult times and such difficult challenges that they really face. And I have with me here in the studio Garima Bhandari. She's a yoga, wellness and image coach. For the last 1 hour or so, Garima's been with us, sharing us some of practices that we can bring in, inculcate in our daily lives to ensure that we have better lifestyle. And this is not just about physical health, but also about mental health. Garima, we were listening to the Prime Minister earlier, and he's been speaking about how yoga has been such a crucial part of the fight against coronavirus. There's been a renewed focus on how yoga can help us. Just before this, we did discuss, kind of practices that people can practice to ensure that they build their immunity, what post-COVID also, yoga practices you can do. I just want to focus on also the important aspect of the yoga practices that people can actually do even when they're down with COVID.
When people are down with COVID, I would say that, very gentle, mild breathing, just as you can sit in your bed or on your mat, place your hands in Jnana Mudra like this, where your thumb is touching the tip of the index finger, keeping the spine straight, and we just do Om chanting. So we're going to close our eyes and try to center all the attention towards our middle of the brows or the Ajna chakra, and inhale and exhale, and then we start with the chant. Once more, inhale, exhale, and Om. So the vibration that this dhwani, this Om chant creates in your mind is very, very invigorating. Yoga is like that, your magic potion, your own coping mechanism against all the stress that you're encountering. Your mind tends to get fluctuated with all what's happening on the outside. So yoga brings your attention inward, helps you with that one-pointedness, focusing on your self-care, because everything else we are doing, we're taking care of our kids, we're taking care of our family, work is on utmost priority, but what we are always neglecting is self-care. So the attention comes here that yes, there is this awareness that I need to take out at least 10-15 minutes for my self-care, and at this current strange, unprecedented situation due to COVID, when there is nobody, there is no access to gym, there is no access to personal trainer. So this is your own tool and technique to guard you against all these viruses or pandemic or any other ailments.
So, you mentioned about how so many people who take care of themselves, who are, fitness freaks, they're struggling right now. I'm one of those people who's not been able to go to the gym, who's struggling to keep fit. And very often yoga is seen as a practice that's not really cardio-based. And so people say that, it's not going to keep me fit. What are the practices that you would recommend to people who, are regular gym goers, are fitness freaks?
I would say this is a very big myth first, that yoga is not going to give you a cardio result, because if you do a dedicated 1 hour of practice, you will see yourself sweating so profusely as if you've run on the treadmill for perpetually the same time. So yoga, as I said, that ignites the heat or the Agni inside your body from within. If you do it properly and if you infuse your breath, even if you're sitting somewhere and you're just breathing 10 to 15 times the right way, you will see yourself sweating. Such is the power of yoga. And people who do not have access to gyms and all right now can definitely now start to explore the world of this beautiful practice. Yes, with somebody who can guide them the right way. Do not start on your own by just watching something, but with someone. There's multiple online programs thanks to the technology now that we have access to. So you can always, visually see someone, practice with someone, so that you have an expert guiding you on the right techniques to start with your practice.
Before this, when we take a short break, we were discussing what kind of yoga practices you think would benefit people. And something that came up was also about children, how they're also cooped up at home, how they have no activity whatsoever. People, of course, are scared to let their kids out. There are many of them whose health also has been compromised in this time. So what are the yoga practices that children can also practice at home?
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful question about kids, because they're completely isolated. They're at home. They haven't met their friends for the longest time. No access to school. So I can see the change of pattern in my kids only. Sometimes they're very irritated. Sometimes they are just like, not hungry. So yoga, once I introduce them to yoga, they are able to now have a regime where, they are able to cope up on their own. So they have a mat time. They come on their own, and beautiful, simple practices, as simple as a tree pose, gives them that sense of balance and trust on themselves, that they have the ability to hold their own weight on one leg. So maybe I could show one of this practice, that how we can do tree pose, which is very, very good. So once again, we start with this Samastitihi, and then transferring the weight actively on one side of the leg like this, and then taking the other leg, take the support of your hand and taking the other leg. If you're a beginner, you can place your leg here like this. The kids can place it like here. They find it easier. And then you have to take your hands up like this. And inhale and exhale. Four, 5 breaths, come down, bring your hands down. And then from here, a gentle wrap is also wonderful to increase your balance. If you're a beginner, just stay till here, place both the legs on the ground, it's fine. And if you can stretch, then try to tangle your legs like this, if possible, and stay for 4 to 5 breaths. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not able to do it.
And
I
then
keep it to the side.
yes,
like this.
that's the right way. Just to introduce this twist, and then we do it the other way. So Garudasana, and just stay here. If you're able to balance, then you also can interlace your hands like this, raise your elbows, and stay in Garudasana for as long as you like, and release. So this is a wonderful posture for kids. Kids love a lot of play. So all these kind of easy posture. So you bring your arms in front of you like this, and then you do this Kati Chakrasana move, which is going left to right. Once again, opening their spine, and gentle twist also helps in igniting their digestive glands. So this is a wonderful posture for the kids. and then they can stretch their arms like this, opening and creating this resistance from the other arm, the other hand, opening the shoulders like this clockwise, and then we go counterclockwise like this. Kids can also do gentle neck rotations, and this kind of a movement is very, very good for them because they use their hands in writing and a lot of places playing.
Right.
So this is very, very good. Stretching the palm like this, facing it down and stretching the wrists. So these, I would say, are very, very easy postures that they would like to do, and it does not even give them a sense of a heavy duty yoga feel, but
And
yet
it's
at the
fun.
same time it helps them open up the body.
Yeah, and it's fun also. So you
Yes.
keep it moving, you keep it different for children also.
Yes.
I'm going to slip into a very, very short break here on India Today. We'll be right back, giving you a lot more of these very, very interesting yoga practices with Garima. We'll also be getting you the highlights from across the country and the world of how the 7th International Yoga Day is being celebrated. Stay with us. Welcome back. On the occasion of International Yoga Day, for 7 years now, we've been celebrating yoga on this day. And it's not just something that you see in India, it's celebrated across the world. Right now, we're getting you pictures of how yoga fests are being seen and observed across the world. A yoga festival themed as Solstice event was organized at the iconic Times Square in New York. As you see on your screens there, more than 3,000 people came together with their yoga mats. They practiced yoga at Times Square. The Consulate General of India in New York partnered with the Times Square Alliance to host the yoga celebrations under the theme of Solstice in Times Square. The Indian Embassy in Lebanon also organized an event. This was at the prominent Sanayeh Park in Beirut. Yoga, as per common yoga protocol, really was conducted by instructors from Art of Living and from the Isha Foundation. This event was attended by approximately 100 people, and in different parts of the world, really, people who have their lives changed really by yoga came together to mark this day.
I love to practice yoga in Times Square every year for summer solstice, and I wanted to thank the General Consulate of India for this lovely gift on International Yoga Day. This practice has gotten me through this year and the past 10 years of my life, and I just need it every day. It's great.
Times Square is an universal space, and what a better place than Times Square to celebrate, to propagate, to promote an universal action, a universal thought such as yoga. You know, yoga is not just about exercise. Yoga is about wellness. Yoga is about a lifestyle.
So the theme for this year's Yoga Day is Yoga for Wellness, and that's something we'll be talking about on the other side of a very short break. What kind of yoga practices that you can follow to ensure your well-being amid a pandemic? Stay with us.